Hello and welcome back to Grim Survival, all you gremlins. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you watching. This is going to be my second video today. Just a reminder, tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, I'm going to be live with the Angry Prepper on the channel. The Angry Prepper, yeah, we got some spam questions. No, just one spam question. Yeah, but that's not the point. All right, so as the title of the video probably told you, I'm calling it Double Check Day. Today is Double Check Day, and I will explain the meaning of that in just a second. As you all know, tomorrow is the 6th, and the 6th is the day where they quite literally decide who is going to be in the office for the following 4 years. There's a lot of talk of what's going on. There's a lot of talk about what's going on. Things are happening in DC, obviously, but things are happening in all major cities. Before I go into the topic, I would like to. I'm not going to be able to read it because I have it on my phone. It's an email I had received from AR500 Armor about a bill being passed in New York State. They're not sure the bill. I don't think the bill has been passed yet, but it's being proposed and probably will be passed because that's how that state is. And the bill is said to make body armor illegal for anyone to own other than law enforcement and military personnel. And basically what they said is if anyone owns it, you will have a certain amount of time to turn it in to local law enforcement. If you fail to comply, you will face a misdemeanor. If you fail to comply more than once, you will face a felony. And I will post the screenshots of the email that I received from them on this. Probably already did that if you're watching. So, yeah, that is concerning. That is very concerning to me because why? What is the harm in people protecting themselves? What is such a threat there? We know what the threat is. It's a threat to the people in charge. It's not a threat to civilians. It's a threat to the people in charge. It's not even a threat to law enforcement for the most part. I mean, there's been very few cases of somebody actually being able to continue doing whatever they were doing while they were wearing such things. So, yeah, there are very few cases of that. There are cases of it, but in the grand scheme of things, it's really not that many. So, anyway, double check day. Double check day. So, this is going to be the friendly reminder to double check everything. Double check all of your gear. Make sure all of your batteries are charged. If you have things like this is my Baofeng radio, and I will pop the tape off here. The tape is on there to keep the knob from getting turned on while it's in my EDC bag and the thing getting drained because I've had that happen. All right, so this is the battery pack that I keep on my Baofeng. I got this as an extra. I bought it from Amazon. I will post a link in the description to the Baofeng and to this battery pack. Now, this battery pack takes AA batteries, 6 of them, and these are all Energizer lithium ion rechargeable batteries. And I have battery chargers. I pop them out of there, pop them in the battery charger, and that's how that works. My battery charger is USB battery charger, so I can charge it with the backup battery or the solar panel that I keep in my bug out bag. My bug out bag video and the contents of that is online. It's called the 200-mile bag or something like that. And yeah, so that is definitely a strong recommendation because the batteries that come with this requires a special charger base for it to work. And yeah, it works just fine. Weather. It works just fine with the double A's. It actually, I think it lasts longer with the double A's than it does with the original battery that came with it. I think so personally. That being said, I still have the battery that came with it. I keep it charged as an emergency backup. But this is my Baofeng ham radio, the one I always carry with me. I do have more than one of these. One of them is in the other bag for other family. Yeah, so recharging all of your batteries. If you have something like this, and I just finished recharging it, this is my Through Night TC15. This has a charge port on the side. If you can see that, this is an older model, so it has the older charge port. The newer ones have the USB-C charge ports, and it has a very large battery in it. There we have it. This is a 3100 milliamp, came with it. This is the 18650 battery, and it's obviously rechargeable with the charge port on the flashlight, so I plugged it in and made sure it was fully charged as well. Also, other things I'm doing today, I am going to double check my bug out box. I have several of them. I use 5-gallon buckets. Occasionally, I have one of those that has canned goods in it. I have several extra cases of water, things like that. I'm putting them all in my vehicle. Now, why am I putting them in my vehicle? Because I actually managed to slow the leak of my brake line. I slowed the leak. Don't ask me, but I did. And I dumped a bunch of brake fluid in it. And then I took the vehicle to the local fuel station, which is not very far away, and I topped off the tank with gas. I made sure it was completely full. Double check everything. Make sure your gas tanks are full. Make sure you have extra supplies ready to go. And here in just a little bit, I'm going to open up the bug out bag. I'm going to double check everything in there, make sure it's organized right, make sure I have everything I need in there. Everything that should be in there is still in there. The books and things I keep pulling out and showing on videos, making sure they're still in there and where I put them. Make sure my folding saw is in there. Isn't that right, John from Prepper Nation? Got to make sure my folding saw is still in my bug out bag. My axe I also keep attached to the outside of it because I don't own a bigger knife or a machete. Sharpening my knives and things like that. This is my EDC. It's an SE Azula. I definitely will take it and strop it and make sure it's good to go. And just like I said, double checking everything. To that note, I'm also going to pull apart self-defense tools, clean them really well, and just make sure everything's in order with those. Yeah, they always stay ready to go, if you know what I mean. The Freedom seeds are always there, always chambered, always ready to go, but I'm going to double check anyway because it's double check day. I recommend doing this for every prepper, once a month. I really do. I recommend double checking everything once a month just to be sure. In my bug out bag, I also keep backup batteries that can charge my phone, charge my flashlights, charge pretty much everything. Yeah, the backup battery is good for everything. I also have a solar panel in there that's USB, and that can recharge the backup battery or charge all the other things I have as well, depending on the lighting of the day. Obviously, it would work better on a day where I actually had sunlight, not like this rainy, overcast, gloomy day that I'm having today. It's cold in my vehicle. Yeah, it is. The gas station's not very far away, so it didn't take but a minute to go there. And yeah, the brakes, they somewhat work. I have to push the pedal all the way to the floor to make this thing stop, but hey, in an emergency, I'm driving it anyway. I'll dump more brake fluid in it and hope for the best. If anything gets in my way, I might just have to use it to slow down. So, oh well. Oh well. So, yeah, the reason for all of this, obviously, is tomorrow is, one of those days. It could be a very historic event for not only the United States, but for the whole world. It could be a very historic event, and that's the best way I can put it. I'm not trying to cause fear, panic, or anything like that. I'm just saying be prepared for whatever may come and make sure all of your gear is ready to go. You should be doing this anyway. My suggestion is at least once a month, but a lot of people do it once every 3 months. Some people do it 6 months. I don't recommend going past that 6-month mark at all. That is definitely a bad idea. If you're one of those people who do it once a year, yeah, now's the time. Yeah, that's just my recommendations. Like I said, I'm not trying to cause fear. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I really don't. I don't know. I just don't know. And yeah, there's just a lot of talk, a lot of rumors going around, a lot of talk. I think we do have a potential for cities to be locked down and martial law to be implicated or not implicated. You know what I'm trying to say. Enacted. That's it. Enacted words. I'll learn words one day. Enacted. I think it's a possibility, but I think it's been a possibility for a long time now. So just, all they need is one good excuse to implement martial law. And yeah, they might have one tomorrow. They just might. So that's just a thought there. It's a thought, and people I know who have very good instincts and intuition have mentioned this fact to me as well, saying that, you should be ready. You should be ready. That is what I'm going to say about that. Very, very trusted instincts on these people. So yeah, I'm going to definitely make sure all of my stuff is good to go, charged, put where it needs to be. I'm going to load extra things into the vehicle that I'm not worried about the weather, which is water really. I don't care if it gets frozen. It's easy to thaw. It'll probably thaw while I'm driving the vehicle, if it even gets frozen. I think the temperature today is in the upper 30s and lows in the 20s, so it might not even freeze overnight. might not, but I'm going to get several extra cases of water, canned food. I'm going to leave close to the door and get it ready to go. Bug out bag, obviously, it's already in the vehicle, but I'm pulling it out of here and redoing it, just making sure everything's good to go, putting it back in the vehicle where it will stay also overnight, because there's no point in it being inside. There's just no point to that. I'm not worried about theft or anything like that in my area, and I have a security camera pointed at my vehicle, so if anybody's messing with it, I will get a quick alert, and they will be in for a very bad day. So, yeah, I always keep an extra case of water in my vehicle anyway. That's just a thing. And it's not frozen. It's not. So I just looked at it. That's what I was doing. Yeah, and clearing notifications off my screen. So this is my recommendation for you. I'm trying to remember if I forgot anything that we should definitely be checking. Fill up the fuel, charge the batteries, keep your cell phones charged, ready to go. Just the basics, just really the basics of everything that you should be doing anyway. I mean, yeah, you should definitely be doing it anyway. So yeah, my recommendations. If you have any last minute supplies, I don't recommend going and spending all of your money on, food supplies and stuff like that, because you should already be prepared for at least 3 months, at least, very least 3 months. The strongest recommendation is a year, but at least 3 months. And if you're not, then just get a little bit of extra if you can do it today. If you can, just get a little bit of extra. Make sure you can get through the next couple of weeks. Just make sure. Yeah, try not to be fearful. Try not to panic. Try not to let your emotions get elevated and let them take control of your actions. It's very much recommended that you don't do that. Just keep yourself in check. Keep yourself in check is the best way to put it. Um, Anybody who gets really panicked, fearful, and starts to, run around with a chicken with their head cut off, you're going to do something that you shouldn't be doing. You're going to, max out a credit card, blow all your money, and it very well might not be anything tomorrow. It might just be another day. It could be. So I'm not recommending this. You definitely should not panic at all. Having a clear mind and a clear head, and keeping your feelings under check, or under control, in check, under control, is the way to go. This is definitely the best thing you can do right now in this situation. No matter what happens, stay calm and just keep on going. You have to. You just have to. I mean, that's the way life works. You just stay calm and make sure you keep your mind on the goal. And the goal is keeping your family and yourself safe. That is the goal. So, yeah. All right, I'm going to stop rambling. This has been James with Grim Survival. Thank you for watching. Let's stack it to the rafters.